What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Lenier Pero versus Viktor Faust, and this was a 10-rounder in the heavyweight division. And this fight was Saturday, February 11th, from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. And this fight was broadcasted on Showtime. And in this fight, Lenier Pero was able to battle back from what looked to be a fight that he was losing to then, out of nowhere, stopping Viktor Faust. So leading up to the stoppage, I had this bout scored 68-65. In favor of Viktor Faust. I definitely could have saw a scorecard of like 67-66 for Faust, but just to break this fight down round by round, the first two rounds were very clear rounds for Lenier Pero. He was just doing much more than Faust. Faust was just slow, keeping his head in the center line, not really doing much, not really that active at all, and Pero was going to the body, tagging Faust to the head with big lefts, counter rights. He was doing good in those first two rounds. Then, in round number three, Faust started to pick it up a bit, and he was actually able to wobble Pero in that round. He was landing more power shots. He started sort of pity-pattering at Pero to keep him at bay, to keep him like sort of just more defensive. And towards the end of that round, Faust, whilst Pero was trying to go with a shot, he caught him. He caught Pero with a nice counter left hook that buckled him really badly in the corner, literally right at the end of the round. Then around number four, Faust again was just much more active than Pero, and this is where the tide started to change. Pero became less active. He became less active, started to get hit more, and Faust started to pick it up. Then in round number five, Faust again had more power, and Pero was again buckled with another. It was the same punch. It was a check hook from Faust that he caught him with, and Pero buckled in the center of the ring. But I mean, luckily for Pero, his chin prevailed, and he stayed on his feet. But it was a nice shot from Faust. Then around number six, the thing is, in round number six, Faust, it looked to be like Pero started to get back into it a bit more. He was a bit more active than the previous rounds, but Faust still just was much more significant with his shots and was just landing the better shots. But then round number seven, this was a really, really close round. Not really much happened in this round. Pero started to pick it up a little bit with some jabs to the body, some shots to the head. He was able to land a nice right, or a nice left, I should say, to a jolt Faust back. But I thought overall in that round, Faust had a bit more of the better work, just overall, whilst Pero landed that one nice shot. But then around number eight, it was a very weird stoppage. So Lenier Pero, he landed this sort of like right hook to like the elbow / like side area of Faust, and he jumped in with a big left hand that landed on the button, and then Faust backed up in the corner and was sort of walking away from Pero. And the old adage of boxing is defend yourself at all times. And Faust was not defending himself. He had his hands down, was walking after he got hit, and Pero jumped in there and started throwing big combinations because Faust had his hands down, and the referee didn't break the action for anything, so just Faust got jumped. I mean, it was big left hands to the body, to the head, combinations from Pero. And then the referee called, it looked like a standing count, and then he saw that Faust was just turned away and didn't want to really continue, and the referee just waved it off. I mean, it was a very odd end to the fight, and it was a fight that Faust was winning. So, I mean, yeah, just very weird end there. But, I mean, this was a very big win for Lenier Pero. He's now 9-0, 6 KOs. And this goes into the question, what is next for him? So, he was just out of nowhere placed top 10 in the WBA or WBC rankings, I should say. I haven't really checked them in a while, but just the fact that he's ranked number 6 is very odd. I don't know how he's ranked number 6. He hasn't really beat anyone notably. Even with his win over Faust, I wouldn't expect him to even be ranked. I know Faust is a good prospect, but still, I mean, yeah, it's just very odd. But, I mean, he's also ranked in the WBA, I believe so. So for Lenier Pero, I want to see him move up from here. Maybe instead of fighting an undefeated prospect like this, maybe he could step it up against a seasoned journeyman that could give him a tough test, that could maybe surpass him to the next level. Maybe like a Chris Arreola or someone along those lines. That could be a tough fight for him. Who knows? I mean, in this fight, he was getting tagged, but I don't know where he landed that shot. So, I mean, for Lenier Pero, I want to continue to see him step it up like this. I mean, if they had or if they made this fight between two undefeated heavyweights and pushing these guys so quickly, I would definitely expect for Pero to even be moved up even quicker into fighting guys who are higher ranked and overall better. So I think that Pero will definitely move it up in competition and continue on in his career. But as for Viktor Faust, losing it for the first time in his career, this is a tough loss. I mean, I don't really know what's going through his head when he was just turned away like that, but I mean, it must have been a powerful shot that hit him. But I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I'm not Viktor Faust. I didn't get hit. I didn't decide in my head what to do. But I mean, yeah, like I said, tough stoppage loss for him. First loss ever by stoppage in the pro ranks. I mean, the thing is, before fighting in the United States, like he fought on the Charles Martin Luis Ortiz card on pay-per-view, and then he now fought here on Showtime. But I think that he's gonna go back to Germany, maybe fight some stiff guys, like some easy guys he could knock out, some journeymen, whatever, before maybe getting another opportunity to step it up in competition and continue building himself back up into possible like national television here in the United States, where he could get more eyes on him, possibly get a big fight from there on out. So who knows? But for Viktor Faust, I definitely think it's building himself back up into like this position on like national television in America, or possibly even in the UK somewhere, because I mean DAZN does hold big fights in the UK. But in Germany, if he's going to continue on fighting those lower ranked guys, I mean, I think he has to do it for a short amount of time, because I don't really think that he could get really the biggest opportunities there, as opposed to like fighting on Showtime, Top Rank, DAZN, or anywhere else, obviously. So overall, Lenier Pero battles back from being down against Viktor Faust on the scorecards to then stopping him out of nowhere in the 8th round to record his 6th knockout and his 9th victory. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.